Hi everybody, my name is Kristen Cundiff and I'll be your 8th grade language arts teacher this year. I am so excited to see you back again this year. I have missed you and I hope that you have had a great summer. Most of what we're going to do in class is a lot like what we did last year, but I'm just going to run over some things just to make sure we're all on the same page. In language arts, we are going to have vocabulary and literature just like we did last year. The vocabulary is you need to bring your book to class every day. And the key for the vocabulary pages the key is sent home in the crate with the other books. On your assignment sheet, it will tell the home teacher what pages she needs to grade. Some of the answers vary, and so I'll leave that up to the home teacher's judgment as to decide, is this answer correct? Could it have some more information added? I don't really think they got it. That kind of thing. That is up to you when the answers vary. I trust your judgment. Just like last year, after every third lesson in a unit, we'll have a quiz. Most of those are online. And then after every fifth lesson, that usually completes a unit. After we complete the unit, we'll have a test over the whole unit. And I try to make sure that my kids know exactly what is going to be on that test. I want them to succeed, so we do all that we can to make that happen. Now, in class, you are going to need your binder. You know I like to be organized, and so that binder is going to have 3 sections. The first one's going to be vocabulary. The second one's going to be literature. I want you to have a third one, but I'm not going to label it yet. We'll do that together in class when I figure out exactly what it is I want to call what we'll be doing. I promise I know what I'm doing. I just don't know what to call it yet, so we'll figure it out together. So you have that notebook. That notebook is extremely important. I give novel study guides. I give vocabulary sheets. It goes into that binder so that when I assign it on the assignment sheet and I'll say, we put this in the vocabulary section, you'll know to go look in your vocabulary section and not somewhere in that backpack. So that is going to be important that you keep your binder. Speaking of literature, we're going to cover 4 novels this year. Really, it's 3 and part of 1. We cover 3 full novels, and then around Christmas time, we cover an edition of A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, and we have a good time with that one. But we have 3 novels. The novels that we cover, we're going to handle the same way as we did last year. I'll give you a novel study guide. And your assignments will come from that. The study guide remains in your notebook. See, the whole time your parents will sign off on sections as you complete them. It's very important that you keep up with your assignments. I will spot check your notebook every so often to make sure that you're where you're supposed to be. And remember, I'll give a reading quiz over what you've read just to make sure you understand and that you are, in fact, reading. Now, just like last year, there are going to be some times when you really want to read ahead. And most of the time, I would be, yay, go read, and be very excited about it. But what happens is that you get confused. You forget if what that happened then, or if it happened later, and you're all confused, and it's a reading quiz, and then you get frustrated. So do me a favor. We are going to finish that novel, I promise. Just go with us at our pace. And when you have a reading quiz, you'll know exactly where it was in the book and what really happened. So just keep up with us. Supplies for language arts is the same thing as it was last year. You have your binder with the 3 sections. You have vocabulary, literature, and then the mystery section. Then you need paper in that binder. You need a pen or pencil, and a highlighter. And then at the beginning of the year, you'll also need scissors, glue, and colored pencils. Since you're sharing those with Miss Fowler, I don't care if we can use the same supplies, and I'm perfectly okay with that. And then don't forget your device, because we'll be using our devices again this year like we did last year as well. All right, I also get to teach you grammar and composition this year. Every class, well, let's back up. We're going to meet 1 day a week for the entire year, just like you did last year. Now, on that day, we will cover both grammar and composition. But probably throughout the week, you will have maybe a 5-minute video to watch of more grammar. It's impossible to cover all the grammar that we need to in one 45-minute section a week. So there may be little videos of me teaching a section in your packet, and then you'll do an activity. I just want you to do your best, and cramming it all in at one class period isn't going to be your best. You will have on your assignment sheet, it will tell you when to turn things in. So here's the deal. You may be turning in something in composition on a day that we don't meet in composition. Just follow your assignment sheet and you're going to be fine. For grammar, it's your parents' responsibility to check the assignment and to make sure that you've corrected it, and then they'll initial it. It doesn't do any good for you to complete an assignment and then not know how you did. You've wasted your time because you don't know whether you got it or not, and I want you to get it. I want you to get it in the 8th grade so you don't have to worry about it anymore, and you're good to go. Do you know why? Because when you're better at grammar, you become a better writer, and writing is so important in school, in just in your everyday life. It probably is going to be a part of whatever you choose to do for a living. You're probably going to need to know how to write. And people, whether it's right or wrong, judge you on your writing ability. If they don't know you, they're going to take your written word as who you are. And if you can't make your subjects and verbs agree, they're going to think less of your ability to communicate than what you really can. So I want you to check your work so that you can become the best writer that you can, and thereby show everybody what God has equipped you with, that you really are capable of doing the job that they've hired you for, that you know what you're talking about. It lends credibility to who you are, and then that in turn honors God. And so that's what we want your writing to do. When we finish a unit, we'll have a test in grammar. We'll have little bitty spot checks along the way to make sure you're getting active passive, to make sure you're getting prepositional phrases, and just little bits as we go along, and then we'll have a test at the end of the unit. The only thing I allow test corrections are your grammar test. So you can make test corrections, but I make you do it in a very specific way, and those policies and procedures are going to be posted on RenWeb. So just, if you need it, pop over on RenWeb, figure out how it's going to be done, and then you can turn it into me at the appropriate time. For composition, you have a book at home called Writer's Ink, and I need you to keep it at home unless I ask you to bring it in. We'll also use your grammar book to help us with composition. We're going to do about one writing a month. Now around research paper time, that slows way down. But until then, we have about one per month. Your research paper is going to be during the third 9 weeks, so it's after Christmas. And if you want to get started thinking about your topic, it's on disasters. Now that could be man-made or natural. So I've had papers on the molasses flood. I've had, of course, the Titanic, 9/11. I've had floods and fires and earthquakes and volcanic eruptions and tsunamis, and then I've had plane crashes and wars and all. It completely opens up the topic to what you find the most interesting. And what happens is when you find that topic interesting, you make an interesting paper, and I enjoy reading it. So that disaster paper is going to be in the third 9 weeks. For both LA and Comp, your assignment sheet is the most important piece of information you need. If you read that assignment sheet carefully, those 5 words, read the assignment sheet carefully, you're going to be fine, absolutely great in my class, because on that assignment sheet, I'm going to tell you what to do, how it's graded, what to turn in, what to bring to class, what's coming up, how much it's worth. All that you need to know is going to be on that assignment sheet. And remember, just like from last year, if I miss something on the assignment sheet, then that's my fault, and you aren't held responsible for it. Oh, but buddy, if that's on the assignment sheet, you better be prepared, because that is exactly what I'm holding you responsible for. If something happens, I post assignment sheets on Friday for the next week. If something happens and we don't get to something on Tuesday, or we get further than I think on Tuesday, I will make an adjustment to the assignment sheet. Then I will email you and your parents to let you know there's been an assignment sheet adjustment. And so then you know that you need to go in, and if you've printed on Monday, you need to go in and check and see what has been changed. So that assignment sheet is your complete guide to what you need to know. You know that everything that you need to know is on that assignment sheet. So that's it. So you have me for language arts and grammar and composition. I cannot wait to see you. I have missed you this summer. You've got a couple of more weeks, so you enjoy those, and I will see you at orientation. Take care. Bye.